What's up everyone, welcome to the XL Breakdown. I'm your host, Just John. I'm joined as always by Coach Fern.
Hi.
And we're going to do a 8.13 patch notes. For those that don't know, we do these as the patch comes out, which happens today to be after our first competitive game. Did a stream of that actually. Some amazing people were on it.
Twitch.tv,
like
XL_esports.
/XL_esports.
Exactly.
But that's why we're very tired and it's quite late. Literally the patch notes just came out after a whole day of work. So as always, we're just going to talk through them, just first impressions of the patch. I haven't done much looking into it or looking at them even before.
I haven't actually even read them yet, actually.
So we won't watch the video. Aatrox, we won't talk about Aatrox. We don't need to talk about Aatrox.
Maybe we'll do a separate
video. I think it looks really strong.
But we don't know numbers-wise or anything yet, so we'll see.
Okay, so we'll just go one by one then. Passive on-hit damage decreased. Passive attack speed increased. W damage decreased at lower ranks. This looked like a lot of numbers. On-hit base damage at
less than half.
That's a lot less. On-hit ratio.
60% bonus.
Scales better with damage. I mean, really though, you're still going to be doing a lot less, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I would have to check the math, but I think
yeah, it's always less.
It's always going to be less, right? But I mean, even when you're in the middle and you're getting 16% bonus, I think you'll probably still be doing less. Right, W, minimum base damage, a little bit nerfed. We were seeing this match second, and I think they basically wanted it to be maxed first.
Yeah.
Minimum damage ratio 0.5, nerf again.
10% ratio.
Maximum nerf. It's just all round nerf, right? This was being used as damage, and it's sort of meant to be used as a damage reduction, I think. So I guess that is sort of getting it back into what they wanted. But I mean, she's just too strong, right? I think I don't know if there's even enough.
It's hard to see. Yeah. I mean, time will tell on that. It's just she is really good, and in two roles she's good.
Mark duration lowered as well.
Doesn't lose too much.
Yeah, that's whatever just a quality of life buff is. D quality of life or something.
Yeah.
Just means you have slightly less forgiving, and you don't have as much time to do all your other stuff and then re-queue onto them when they get low and flash away.
Yeah, she's brought a little bit more down to earth, but I still think she's fine. I don't think this kills her.
Yeah. Let me just check that this is recording. If you have watched these videos before, you'll know that last time, after the whole day, it was set up to record differently, so that's why I was just checking. Kindred now scales correctly with items.
What?
W no longer reduces monster attack speed, it once again gains the heal.
Oh, W, okay.
I don't really know what... was that just a bug? It didn't correctly scale?
Yeah, and that was a bug that she gets 2 marks for assisting on epic monster kills. That's disgusting. So she had a couple of bugs by it. So yeah, Wolf is meant to attack based on Kindred attack speed. But I guess that obviously wasn't applying.
Wasn't working right. But this I think is really cool. I like
when she was last like a common meta jungler. She had this in her kit of the percentage health heal.
It gives us so many more options in the jungle, right? Invading and stuff like that, because you're going to be higher HP, so you'll be able to better duelist as well, definitely. Especially as Fleet Footwork's been like generally nerfed. She basically gets her own one, right?
Yeah, it probably hurts you clear a little bit in the early game, in as much as you used to be much healthier early on. It's hard to tell how much health, whether you have more health or less
it's
health.
Not that much healing, right? You heal
no,
32 if you've got a lot
early.
Out.
Yeah, and you're not going to have that much. Whereas the W attack speed, like half in the attack speed of like red and stuff at the start of the game, was actually really nice.
Yeah.
So we'll see on that. It would definitely be a buff overall, I think.
Yeah.
Especially with the bug fixes that are there. I mean, obviously not the 2-mark system, but the W actually getting attack speed when you buy attack speed now is great.
There's also something that I've talked about every time we've seen Kindred buffed, and we've seen Kindred buffed every single patch.
Yeah.
This is good for 80 carry Kindred.
For sure.
I think it's going to be a thing.
We'll see.
Because you have the Fleet Footwork and no one else does.
Yeah, built into your kit, and then
it's
you
not
still
as big
take
as I
attack.
remember it being, so maybe maybe it's not good, but she's got that short range until she gets four items, which does so much damage, and she.
Well, I mean, 100 health is a lot, but that's late.
I mean, that's
game.
level 18. And it's up to 100 health, right? It's not 100 health.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it could work. I think it's hard to punish her once she gets this heal back because you're not going to have the fleet footwork heal. So even if you've got a longer range AD carry, even if like she comes in and you get 3 autos on her for every like auto that she gets on you, she still just heals it back up. So
yeah.
Okay, next one. Lucian, attack damage growth decreased, R damage amplification to minions decreased by a lot. Attack damage growth again by a lot.
Yeah, like 30.3.
Yeah. I mean, I think it should bring him back in line with the other AD carries, but I don't know. I don't think it's
0.3 for 10 levels is 3 AD. It's like 5 AD or something over the course of the game. I mean, it's not huge.
Yeah, not huge. Every little helps, but it's not huge. This as well just makes it like more punishing if you miss it, so it's not like a couple of bullets clear the minions in the way and then you kill them.
Yeah, and equally it was something that was used always to just clear waves and buy yourself a bit of time, right? It's a guaranteed wave clearer. So
I like these like little nerfs rather than like massively smashing them.
Yeah. It's annoying as Lucian, but
yeah,
I kind of mean Lucian hasn't really been the top tier AD carry for a long time, and then like recently, since all the other AD carries, he's risen to like power again. And now he's getting nerfed. And
Essence Reaver changes also affects him as well. It's not good for Lucian, good for everyone else.
Yeah,
we'll come on to that when we get there.
Yeah, but yeah, he's probably still up there, but just slightly worse.
Okay, Pyke. Health growth decreased, armor and magic resist growth increased, E and R base damage decreased at later ranks, E and R damage ratio increased. So they're basically trying to make him more...
Build AD.
Build AD, yeah, and aggressive. So we won't be seeing... Well, we probably will be seeing Aftershock just because it's so useful for him, but I mean... Probably won't be seeing like
more tank builds.
Tank builds, yeah. Warden's Rush, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Health growth, health growth down, and obviously this is the only health he actually gets, right?
Yeah.
So he's actually just going to have 180 less health at level 18. Armor growth up though, and magic resist growth up though. So again, he's going to be even more sort of deceptively tanky.
Yeah.
Base damage decreased, but damage ratio increased. Again, don't know the math on how much you'd need to equal it out. You need what?
Not a lot.
Not that much,
Yeah, you're probably always going to have more damage.
Okay, so it just means you have to build AD. I quite like that. Yeah. Because it's quite an interesting idea.
Get you value out of building AD too.
Base damage increased at early levels, decreased at later levels, and So this is just a buff, right? Because here it's going to be more.
I mean, as support, you never get to level 18 anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, here it's going to be more, and then I didn't realize the damage goes up every level.
Every level? I didn't know that either.
I thought it just goes up when you level it up.
But apparently this is an ultimate that goes up every single level.
So when you level it up, you just get more cooldown, or what?
I imagine cooldown, maybe radius.
I guess they just want the scaling to be flatter,
range.
Right?
I'm not sure.
The scaling to be flatter
rather than big leaps.
Suddenly he executes way lower. But anyway, so... Yeah, at the beginning it's going to be just doing more anyway, and then by the time you get to like the middle, you're going to be doing more because of the scale, right?
Yeah,
so it's just a buff.
And you never get to level.
I think Pyke is already really strong. I don't know why. I don't think he needs buffs.
Skill cap jump
this,
that just requires you to be able to play it well for it to be maximised to its effectiveness. But I think it's good.
Yeah, simple buffs. This is a new.
Oh, that's a new concept by Riot.
Concept. Why is that in its? Oh, it doesn't matter.
It's in its own
little section. W cooldown decreased at early ranks, increased at final rank. W grants additional range. Additional range is super nice, especially for trading in top lane. And
for sure.
Basically, you just don't max this first anymore. I think that's one of the things they're worried about, right? Because there was that brief period where Gragas was super, like, I know he was good top for a while, but he was super broken top when people realised they could just max W and just like half health people.
You'd used to get stacking Doran's rings, get triple Doran's, you didn't have to buy a mana item, and you get like very, very cheap.
Super dark and moody.
I'll move my mouse. It was just because my PC went to sleep.
We should have got a light or something.
But this is okay. They don't really see us, do they?
Well, that's why they're here.
What they need an opinion.
I mean, there's patch going on in the background. I think really what people are looking at.
Oh, okay. It's us, is it? Yeah. All right. Well, bloody answer, man. But yeah, I think Gragas is really strong in actually 3 roles probably on this patch. I think he'll be good top.
I mean, he was already a really good support. I think.
And
again, that means you can max Q, which gives you the attack speed slow, and stuff like that, or maybe max the E to give you more engage, short cooldown engage, and you still have this.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about anything that you like, Gragas has actually got not a set way of maxing his abilities generally.
Yeah.
So level incentive on all his abilities was quite nice. As jungle, you used to max E quite a lot. But having one ability where you now don't have to, you're still getting the same benefit out of it by only putting 1 point in it.
Yeah.
Perfect for making that champ good.
Next one then, Jarvan. So we think we're going to see Gragas more.
For sure.
I think we'd be seeing him more just because more people pick up on it, I think. But we'll definitely be seeing that. I think it's going to be really strong.
Yeah.
Jarvan now does a minimum of 20 damage. I don't know how big a deal that is. I mean, that's fine. Right?
It's
fine.
I can't imagine there's many times.
I guess. Well, yeah, there's not going to be many times.
Does 10% current health or 10% max health? I think
10% current.
Current.
I think current.
So they'd have to have under 200 health anyway for it to do less than 20 health.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's not going to be a big. Your first attack if they're under 200.
Doesn't make any difference really.
Right, the E domestic standard. What this says to me is they're saying you can max this last now
and put points in the W.
Points in the W,
which
better skirmishing.
People were just putting points in Q, then maxing E second so you have more flag and drags. Now, not for the damage ever. You now just get flag and drag.
Yeah, and it's like
just as many flag and drags
well,
by putting 1 point in E, which means Jarvan can be jumping in and be more tanky, which is really nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I think this might bring Jarvan into the meta. I think when Jarvan's played well, I think he's really good at skirmishes, especially if once you have a few points in your W.
The issue is his clear's never been great. Like, hasn't been great for a long time, really.
Yeah. Scuttle might help him with that as well. He can obviously do Scuttle from level 2 super easy.
Yeah, and he can gank really well for level 2. So
I think we might see it. I think we might also see it because people are just like, as we talked about last patch, like they're just like, oh, I remember Jarvan was a champion.
Yeah.
Actually, he is quite good at fighting.
He was a jungler who
he can take Scuttle really easily, level 2.
Surprise.
He's not a great duelist though, right?
Not brilliant.
So like people like Zin and stuff.
Can normally get away from most things though.
Yeah.
Very short cooldown escape. So.
Okay, Q, rocket bonus damage increased and can now crit. W damage ratio increased. Rocket crit damage.
10% more, which, especially in the late game, is a lot more. Critical strikes now also double fish bones plus 10% damage, total damage up to 220.
But isn't that the same?
Which means
That's
Storm
the same
Rays
thing as this.
Critical strikes now
rocket
also
crit
double.
damage 220%. Crits now 10%. So it's 210 to 20%. That's the same thing.
This means Storm Razor now does 216.
It says Q bonus rocket damage increased. And can now crit. It's not though. Unless that one of these is a miswording.
Yeah, that's the rocket crit damage.
Yeah, this says Q rocket bonus damage increased and can now crit. This is the crit damage is increased. And this is the crit damage is increased.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
Whatever.
So maybe Q's also bonus damage, but I doubt it. I
Yeah.
think it's the crit. I mean, it's Jinx is so one-dimensional, right? But when you get those couple of team fights where she just hits her Q across everyone, like you can just get one Hurricane Q across everyone, and it's just like, oh, game.
And 20% better rate to AD ratio on W. But I mean,
just nice little quality.
No one cares about W. The only thing you ever use W
I mean,
for really
it has a really good AD ratio right now.
Yeah, it's total attack damage for sure as well. Anything with total attack damage is really nice, but point being is that traditionally, especially with Jinx, you don't really get any AD much. I mean, you get base AD, but that's why a lot of these AD carries have to have total attack damage ratio, especially like Caitlyn. Caitlyn Q also total attack damage ratio, because you traditionally bought IE double Z item and you only get by 3 items, you only got 80 AD. So I mean, you mainly use W to slow people down and catch up with autos. So I don't think that changes too much.
E damage ratio increased, so the more spears you stack up, the more damage it's going to do. So up to an extra 5%
after the first.
5% per spear once you get a few more in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite nice.
Yeah, for sure.
That could actually help make Calista a viable champion, I think.
I think she's almost there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would like I don't like the Gwynsu's nerfs on this match, but Gwynsu's Calista should be amazing. The item should be great. She puts 2 spears in you every couple of autos. Perfect. Yeah. But the issue that it does is because she one champion who can't cancel autos and she jumps after you auto. It used to muck up the jump and like not let you jump.
Yeah.
So if that was fixed, if that was an actual thing that's intended, I guess it is intended if they're not changing it. But I just think it makes a really good item on her. Actually, synergize kind of poorly with her kit because of that, which actually it should be just the perfect item for Callisto.
We still see people get it though, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Traditionally, she liked to spike really hard on Blade of the Ruin King and Runans just to get maximum amount of spears out. Maybe that's what we still see rather than Guinsoo, especially if Guinsoo's nerf is a thing. We'll have a look at that a bit later, but yeah.
Slight buffs to Kassadin.
That's quite nice. The W, because normally you couldn't go tier on Kassadin because of, well, you could, but it would be really slow to stack because you literally need to QE and it's just hard.
You couldn't get anything from W.
Yeah, and your R you can't stack it with because it doubles your mana every time, so you run out of mana very, very quickly if you're ever stacking it with R. But now this costed 1 mana, doesn't lose you mana, but it creates a situation where you can just spam W on the wave all the time to actually stack this tier. So Rod of Ages tier build.
Yeah, it might come back.
Very common.
I mean, it still takes quite a long time to get useful.
Yeah, definitely before level 6 he's weak. The nice thing about him is his passive is a nice reduction of magic damage. One thing that this was a counter to was Zoe originally.
Yeah.
Just because you can get into Zoe's face and you block a lot of magic damage with your Q shield and your passive. So yeah, why not? If Zoe's still good, then Kassadin's probably good.
Okay, W cooldown decreased. This is because I guess they hit the shield on Ori, like they hit everyone's shield, but they didn't really want to make Ori worse, so
yeah, I mean, it's a small,
little bit of a buff.
Small laning phase buff for sure.
Yeah. Health regen increased, R cooldown decreased at early ranks, so same by the end.
10 seconds and
10
5 seconds.
Off. Health regen up a bit as well.
Health regen's quite nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it'll make Riven viable, but
much.
It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I think the amount of time you need to put into Riven, and also then you need to not be shut down in the game. I'm not sure if we'll be seeing much Riven. E damage ratio increased. Wow, but quite a lot by level 5, right?
Yeah. And you max E first, right?
Yeah.
So.
4 stack damage ratio.
Oh, okay. It's only when you hit the 4 stacks. I mean, better taking towers, better for landing bomb, but
not that much.
Doesn't change much of Tristana right now. I mean, the biggest thing about these AD carries is the build path. I think it's just like not that great. I mean, it's good once you get to those items, but getting to those items in a competitive game, especially, is really hard.
I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't really see it being that useful. Okay, Tryndamere E cooldown decreased later ranks.
Main
by
damage
2
ability.
seconds.
Not much.
And E also, obviously, every time you crit on a champion, it reduces it by 2 seconds as well. So we're talking, if you get crit, like 3 autos and he spins
champions
again,
like this now, champions like Tryndamere, a bit like Yasuo too, it's very easy to get near to 100% crit now with IE being able to double your crit chance.
Just IE gives Tryndamere 70% crit.
Yeah.
When he's got his max fury.
Yeah, so I mean, a Zeal item and like Phantom Dancer into IE or something.
Zeal into IE would give you enough.
Yeah, gives you guaranteed. So your
when you got full rage, you have guaranteed.
Your E is a super low cooldown. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe he's got potential. I would kind of hate for a meta where Tryndamere's a viable competitive pick, but it could happen.
Yeah.
If he's viable and competitive, he's broken in solo queue. That's guaranteed with the
because it's a very easy, not a highly mechanically skilled champion. Champion just rage
to be viable and competitive. If you shut him down, he has to still be able to be useful, right?
Yeah,
and he's much less likely to be shut down in
solo queue.
Ratio increased. Wow,
60%.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Maximum damage ratio. So for each stack, it's going to be only a little bit of an increase, but still, the whole thing is quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just giving him a lot more damage. I mean, that might be useful. I think again, it's giving more
damage.
damage.
It's bonus attack damage again. Like talking back about AD carries, they're not going to build that much bonus AD.
Yeah.
So
maybe this is encouraging the lethality Twitch build again instead of the crit one.
Maybe.
Don't know. I mean, crit across multiple people is just so useful, right?
Oh, now we're on simple nerfs.
Simple nerfs.
This
is where it's at.
Brilliant.
Simple nerfs. Camille, E, base damage decrease.
That's fine.
Quite a lot. If you max it first, quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean...
Do you now max something else first? Probably, right?
Q's fine. I mean,
you're maxing E now, right?
Yeah,
so
but
by the end, 55 damage extra by the time it's maxed.
Yeah.
It was 200.
I mean,
it's like a quarter off,
That's
right?
like nice, but again, it's the main thing you max the E for is how
mobility
short cooldown the mobility of Camille is. Most of the damage comes from Q anyway, and Sheen procs. She has less damage in her burst combo, but she was overkilling people anyway, I think.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I still think it's good. I still think it's nice.
Yeah, I think it maybe should have nerfed the cooldown.
Yeah.
And given it less incentive to be leveled up in terms of that.
Yeah, maybe cooldown is
cooldown, like, maybe is actually even better level 1, but then actually doesn't decrease that much when you put levels in it.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Mundo, E attack damage reduced. I don't think that really touches Dr. Mundo's strength.
That's not why Mundo's strong.
I mean, he was E-max in the jungle, right? But he was not really seen that much in the jungle anymore.
Does lots of damage, too much damage for a tank, but it's the trouble that he gets to 2 items, and if you don't have a significant way of cutting him down very quickly, he regens through all your team's damage.
Now, this is the thing. I haven't seen this bit that says jungle. I really hope they don't just nerf the funnel strap by nerfing some of the champions that use it. I think that's terrible.
Agreed.
Yeah, as we talked about before, Nunu, like, if you do this, if you have to nerf Nunu to stop him doing the funnel strat, and you're not just nerfing the funnel strat, then, like, Nunu's never going to be played ever.
Yeah, and I mean, the funnel strat isn't played because Yi or Nunu are strong champions.
Yeah.
Because they're not strong champions, and they would never be seen on their own.
So I hope this says, if you've got Smite, minions from lane, like, only give you 75% or 90%.
I think they'll just nerf the champions.
I think they've just nerfed the champions.
They've just nerfed the champions.
But that means we're going to start seeing weirder ones, right? We're going to start seeing like Zyra Khan, Kai'Sa something.
Yeah, we haven't seen it that much lately. Generally, I think.
No.
Much less than we would have thought. But even when the Yi and Nunu were good.
I mean, G2 are doing it with like Lucian.
So I mean, this is not a. This isn't.
So Q damage to minions. I mean, that nerfs it a bit. If you're playing Yi, that nerfs it a bit. I think Yi's still going to be a strong one though, right?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't remove it. It makes your pushing worse.
W attack speed and ability power decreased. W ability power ratio added to both attack speed and ability power scaling.
So now get AP and he does just as much as he did before.
Okay, at least that's okay. That means support Nunu.
You're going to get 100
AP? Support Nunu is not as good as it was, but regular Nunu might be.
If you go AP.
Oh yeah, you're not going to go AP anyway.
I don't think you do that. I just think it's not great.
Yeah.
It's just worse, a version of Nunu.
I mean, it's the same
yeah. Ability powers. Yeah.
Just not great, in my opinion.
It's full AP Nunu. It's just a terrible kit to be full AP.
There was a time where we tried, not recently, but back in the day, we tried Nunu top when his passive got changed, so he got an empowered version, and it cost no mana. What would happen is you just step up with your empowered E once you select your minions and press E, and it does a huge amount of damage, and then you just sustain through all damage with Q.
Yeah.
And it was actually fine, but again, you don't get that much AP. We used to go the old Marin was actually trying it.
Yeah.
Morello's into full tank, and that used to be a really nice way, but yeah.
Okay, on base health regen decrease, W size decrease.
Okay, so
W's a bit more punishing.
It's the length and width. Okay.
It's much easier to dodge. I think if you can dodge the W, you get good trains on, but at the moment it's just so hard to dodge. So I quite like that as a change.
It's just that you hit easy W's and then the auto.
And that as well, so we can't just stay in lane. But I mean, you're not going to stop playing on.
My thing about on is that
his ult's too long range.
He wins pretty much all melee champions in just outright trades, like bruises everyone pretty much because of the passive. So he just hits an ability, hits passive, hits a real passive.
I mean, G2 were hard,
but
so everyone.
You still hit W on the range champions as well because of the width, the distance. So like flame length was 550. I mean, if you talk about Kindred, for example, her auto attack range is 500 at the start of the game. So and there's many AD carries with a 525 range. So you're hitting them even if they're hitting you with your W, and then you've got a gap closer in your E and you hit the brittle and you're on top of them as a tank while winning trades. So I think on W should easily be able to hit the melee champions that he's in melee range of, but it should be much harder to land a W ever on range champions, and that does that.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, because he's fixed in that direction with the width, if you can get out of the way of it in trades in lane, you're going to be able to not have that brittle fully stacked on you and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. E, maximum health damage decreased. R, stats decreased. So by level 13, it'll be the same, but it's less damage early on. Singe did have quite a lot of damage. Stats granted 30, 55, 80.
That's a shame,
So
that last thing.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So Time Warp Tonic no longer grants movement speed during his ult.
No. So the ult doesn't
Count as a
activate
potion.
Time Warp Tonic.
Yeah,
But you can run Corrupting Potion and just turn it on.
Yeah, but I mean, it being a potion, it being called a potion, it's quite cool with a rune that interacts very well.
Yeah, but I think it was a bit broken.
Maybe that's too strong. But yeah, I mean, Singed is all about, especially in competitive, drawing your enemy jungler topside so you can play around bot side. And
this is another one, like, Taric is not broken. Taric in the funnel strat with Yi is good.
Yes.
So they're just nerfing Taric. I mean, the armor ratio is better, but doesn't really matter.
Damage on E
Base
as well.
damage
So
is
the overall clear of the Yi Taric thing, like being able to push waves and stuff, is definitely reduced.
You can, if you really want to be like brutal about it, and you don't want to do something interesting with the jungle, just make the E do less damage to monsters or something like that. Because you're not playing Taric in bot lane very much. You can take that down, by the way, if you want.
You gotta lift it off
Lift
the
it
clip
off the
so
top
that
and then
you might be
take it
too
down.
short.
Right, Cosmic Radiance also increased cooldown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay because it's such a big game-changing ult, right? Which is what
Always watching Sendo struggle.
Sendo trying to take a banner down. He's almost got
Turn it away from you.
I don't know how the system.
That's gonna snap Sendo. Okay, bear back, viewers. Hold on.
Stand on the beanbag if you have to.
Hold on, viewers.
There'll be a slight. I'll stall. Got it. Oh, we've got more light as well. Look at that. Barely any more light, but still some more light.
More light. I'm back. Sorry.
It was dark, man.
There we
Anyway, we're all fixed.
go. We're fixed.
Yeah. Don't like this, but
Because they're nerfing champions that don't need, like, the champs aren't strong. The champs are not strong. They're just in a situation where they add value to that strategy.
Vladimir, for example, is a champion that's very strong.
Yes.
And I think that's going to do
20% less AP ratio.
basically nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Not going to do too much.
He's
weak.
still going to be broken.
He's weak super early. Very strong in skirmishes and team fights once he gets there.
Zoe W damage decreased. Zoe damage ratio decreased. Movement speed decreased at later ranks. Total damage ratio a little bit down.
This doesn't do anything.
She's still broken. He's still broken, I think.
Okay,
That's a
items.
shame. Let's move on. Items. Rage Blade is nerfed later.
Well,
So I mean,
it's
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's percent, right? It's percent bonus. So
yeah.
it's-
Technically, the
it's-
nerf is
the nerf is for later,
more,
right?
but
so the people who are getting it for the double hit, it's not as big a deal. People who are getting it with all the other stuff later
I
on.
mean, this is never an item that anyone is meant to rush. This item.
But this change doesn't matter about the rushing it.
Yeah. But,
When it's your first item, you're going to get like 5
sure.
less AD off it or something.
Yeah. It's just a missed poor item right now anyway because it's too strong in the stats it gives.
Domination, they're basically just buffing the actual stats domination gives because the Keystones are now not stronger. They used to be stronger.
Yeah.
Halo Blades out of combat cooldown decreased. Maximum time between attacks increased.
Still very niche.
Still
always,
very niche.
It's always going to
Yeah,
be niche.
yeah.
There's no, unless you change the Keystone, it's only going to be useful in certain champions, and right now the champions it's even
So
used on.
the way it's saying here, we're lowering its cooldown to up potency on champions who prefer staggered short trades. So that, to me, feels like they're trying to make it useful in lane. But it's out of combat cooldown. It's still 4 seconds.
Yeah,
I don't think
when
that.
it should be 2 or something.
Yeah, or just in combat cooldown of 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
that's fine. Or both.
And yeah, I think every time you attack a AD, you should have it.
Maximum time between attacks. I mean, that's quite nice. I think it's still going to have the same problems. I think if you can make use of it, I think it's going to get to the point where it's just silly because like it's give you more attack speed than lethal tempo now.
Yeah.
It's just I think they just don't quite know how they're trying to make this work and who they make it work on. I mean, for example, if it wasn't attack speed, the way the cooldown works, it'd be really useful on someone like supports, right? Because you can do a trade, you can go back out and leave combat by just sitting in the brush for a bit and then use it again for the trade. But there's no supports really that want burst attack.
Kindred Jungle is the only one that I can think of that this should be good on. And maybe better now than Press the Attack, but every time I've tried it, Press the Attack just felt better.
Yeah, it just does more damage at the end of the game. Like, oh well. So I don't think that really deals with the problems, but it might be good. There might be someone like Diana or something which is really strong on, so you can get your passive off really quick. I don't know. Unique summoner spell cap decreased. Cooldown reduction per summoner spell increased. I've not actually looked into this very much. I feel like this could be good.
I haven't seen spellbook at all on any champion ever.
So again, I don't even know it well enough to know. I think this means you don't have to cycle through as many as before. So you only have to. You don't have to get 8. You can get 6 before you go back to the one you had before. Right. So you can get ignite without having to go through every other summoner spell. Cooldown reduction per summoner spell.
Just is there a situation? I mean, you have to find very niche situations where this is better than just taking a keystone that gives you damage or maneuverability.
I guess maybe it's one of those things where you take it on a jungler and you swap out your smite for an exhaust before a fight. And you're like a tank jungler.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think it's great either way.
Okay, so there's more some stuff. So normally if these are small, we don't bother with these, but we will go through them.
Early game snowboardy boys.
Yeah, so death time has decreased. People are up quicker.
Yeah.
A decent amount quicker.
6 seconds is insanely quick early.
Yeah, if you die level 1.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
We're going to see the Scion execute thing. And it'll just be instant respawn.
The Sion's not great now.
Yeah. 16... I mean, even by level 6, this is quite good. That's changed our light.
Sorry.
You ruined it.
Right,
Thanks. It's just because the range on this webcam is terrible, so that's like whites out, and then you can't see us.
That's fine.
Sorry.
We don't need to explain that. That's okay.
This is a relaxed video because we're all tired from work.
Death time is level 8 plus.
Otherwise, we'd have started again.
So technically, if you lose fights now, pre-level 8.
Josh is a pro. He's just going to keep going.
Yes, I am, of course. If you lose fights now, pre-level 8, you're back on the map quicker.
Yeah.
Technically losing less.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. You maybe get
we have
a few more minions
seen
back.
Fights with the amount of TPs in this game right now where
you die and
and you're back in the fight again. So that's even more possible now than it was before.
Yeah. Bounty start at 2 kills. 2 kills gets you an extra 150 gold. That's quite a lot more.
Yeah.
50 gold per additional kill if you've got 6+. I don't know why it says level 6+. I think it means 6 kills plus.
I think it does.
I think someone should read through these notes before they publish them.
500 gold at 6 kills now.
Wow. 500 gold at 6 kills. 8 kills, 600 gold. 10 kills, 700 gold.
Okay, we get more kills.
Back in season 1, you used to get up to 1,000 for a shutdown. You can do that now again.
That's little. Yeah.
1,000 gold.
You can.
Imagine Pyke splitting 1,000. Like you get 1,000 gold each. They get Baron, but you get 1 kill, and you equal
more.
equal gold if he's got enough kills. Imagine that. They got Baron, but we traded 1 kill for it, so it's okay.
That's fine.
Outer Tower gold. Gold reward 50 per player.
Rather than 100.
That's alright. So local gold, I guess, is the same. So the actual people
losing 250 gold.
Yeah.
The outer turrets.
I mean, this should help this helps AD carries, right? Slowing down the game. In terms of, we sort of expected we'd see AD carry buffs, maybe reverse on their base changes, but this means the game is slower, and if the game is slower, it's better for AD carries, right? So yes, it's not going to be anywhere near as much as reverting the base stats or something like that, but it is something.
Non-buff
Burn damage from Emulate and Tooth can now kill non-buff. Oh, okay. Doesn't really matter. That jungle change.
I mean, it's increases clear for sure, but I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
And that's it.
That's just some sick skins. That's it. Cool. Thanks very much for watching, guys. As I said at the beginning, we'll be doing these every time a patch comes out. Let us know if there's anything you want to change. But anyway, yeah, thanks very much for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.